Hallelujah. Hey brothers and sisters, it's been really long since I did a vocal tutorial. This one is about harmonies. Now I've done a video before this which is about how to get the starting note of a harmony, and that's the most difficult part of singing harmonies. So check that video out if you haven't seen it and then come back here. In this video I'm going to be sharing how you can sustain a harmony throughout a song or a particular part of the song. First let me show you an example. I'm going to just go ahead and make up a tune, okay? Let's listen back to what I sang, and I'm going to try to do a spontaneous harmony on that. Now I did this seemingly without any practice, but actually a lot has gone into it in the years that I've been singing, since the time I was like 1 or 1.5. The first thing that I know has helped me do this is I have listened a lot to harmonies in songs from the time I was very little. Whenever you're listening to a song, if harmony is something that you're working on, pick out the parts of a song and get familiar with it. What happens when you're doing this is you start to recognize what parts go with each other. And you can start really simple. I'm going to simplify what I just sang, the part that I just sang. That was maybe the most basic harmony that you can sing. Sometimes when you're not sure of how to go about the notes, there are too many notes for you to get a part of, you can just stick to one note that matches most of it, okay? Experimenting. This one is a bit hard. It's a tough, long process. I remember when I started doing it around at the age of 3, I think, I was off a lot of the time, and I would hear that I was off, and it would sometimes discourage me from trying again. But this is essential for you to figure out what goes with the main melody. Now this may take months, it can take years to perfect. Maybe with videos like this and other videos that teach harmonies, you can really speed up this process. Like I showed in my previous video how to get the starting note. Once you get that, a lot of the time I've noticed myself going in a parallel manner to the main melody. So you just imagine the main melody as something like it's something like that. I may not have mapped it out correctly. And your harmony would be something like it has a similar wave structure. It has a similar up and down, but sometimes you can't do it exactly parallel. Like the place where I did hallelujah is different from the main melody where the particular part that I went. You'll have to figure out what is clashing and what is not clashing. This comes with a lot of experimentation, but I think the parallel harmony line is the most easy way to go about it. Where this gets to be clashing with the main melody is when the main melody has a lot of notes in a short period of time, like what I just sang. The hallelujah that I just sang has a lot of notes. Whereas if it's something like how great is our God, we can just do how great is our God and go more or less parallel throughout the song. Sing with me, how great is our God. Parallel means it's more or less following the same relative notes of the main melody. You know what? A lot of this harmony, you can find clues in the music. The music that is being played for the main melody is full of harmonies. That's what accompanies a vocal in a song. So you can find a lot of clues from the bass parts of a piano or the guitar. For tenor, it's in the higher parts of the music. It's all there. Sometimes you can get really tricky harmonies with the help of the music. Let me show you what I mean by this. Praise Adonai, from the rising of the sun to the end of every day, sing praise. This this harmony is complete with the music, because in the music for this original track, there's this off chord, which doesn't sound off, it sounds cool because it's put in the right place. When you have those strange chords coming in, you can find a little bit intimidating and you don't know what to do there. The only way I got through those parts of a song is by taking cues from the music itself, like I was saying. So I would listen to the chord and try to take a harmony from that chord. This can involve you playing out one by one the notes of that chord on a guitar or on the keyboard and seeing if you can sing that part. If you can sing one of those notes, then you have the harmony because it's going with the melody. And this really goes for any part of a song. If you have one particular note in the harmony that you feel is off and you want to correct only that one note, everything else is fine, everything else is matching with the melody, but there's one note you go off, I want you to play that particular part of the melody on a keyboard or on a guitar, play that note where you're having trouble getting a harmony over, and then the surrounding notes of that note play. And see which one is matching with this. When you play the two together, which note is going with this, which doesn't sound clashing. That's the note you have to use for the harmony. Ideally, it should be somewhere close to the note, otherwise it's going to be hard to sing. So find a note close by that you can sing. Another challenge is when you have more than one part in a song, you have to make sure that the second part and the third part doesn't clash with any of the other parts. So it's not just enough to see that your part is not clashing with the main melody, you also have to be careful it doesn't clash with any of the other parts as well. Most of the time, it may be part of the harmony that's a problem. You do what I said with an instrument, try to figure out where it's going wrong and what can be done to correct it. Take it slow, take it steady, and you will win the race. I hope these tips were helpful to help clear up things in your mind about how a harmony works and what are the things you can do to create one. If you still have a lot of doubts and you want me to go more practical into it, comment below and I will see what I can do as soon as possible. I'm Vihan Damaris and I'll see you next week with a how to pray video. Until then and always strive to be like Jesus.